This is a series of lectures meant for the arrhythmia recognition part of the ALS course. This being part 1, we will look at the basics of the ECG. The other parts will deal with the conductions, the rhythms, and subsequently the abnormalities of the ECG that are common and need to be recognized for the ALS course. The ECG has certain standards. The strip moves at a certain speed, which is 5 large squares per second, and therefore each large square represents a time of 0.2 seconds, meaning that each small square represents a fifth fraction of that time, which is 0.04 seconds. Every ECG is set as 10 millimeters, representing 1 millivolts. This is standard setting for all ECGs. The ECG waveforms comes in waves, segments, and intervals, and they all represent a specific component of the electrical activity of the heart. The P wave represents atrial depolarization. The QRS represents ventricular depolarization, whereas the T wave represents ventricular repolarization before the next P wave appears again. Atrial repolarization usually occurs at the same time as ventricular depolarization, that is, at the same time as the QRS wave, and therefore atrial repolarization is usually not seen. The most important segment of the ECG wave is the ST segment, and this segment, changes in this segment may indicate ischemic heart disease. There are several intervals which are important as well, namely the PR interval, which is the start of the P wave to the start of the QRS wave, and this represents the atrial depolarization phase of the electrical activity of the heart, and the QT segment, which is the start of the QRS wave to the end of the T wave, and this represents the ventricular depolarization and repolarization phase of the heart.